Hi, I'm Greg Hampshire, Vice President of Advantage Insurance Group, a family-owned and operated independent insurance agency here in central Pennsylvania. So, you started a business. What do you mean you don't have coverage? We find that a lot with our clients. In this gig economy, people are starting businesses all the time, and they find themselves in situations that they think they're protected with their homeowner's insurance, but they're not. So today we're going to talk about some of the generalities of commercial insurance, Insurance 101 for businesses. And we're going to talk about a specific instance for home-based businesses and how you could potentially use your existing homeowner's policy to get a bit of protection. So let's get into this. I mentioned commercial insurance. A very basic starting building block for commercial insurance is what's known as a commercial general liability policy. It is the most basic form of policy, and all it does is protect you in case you cause injury to somebody. They slip, trip, or fall at the place that you're renting for your new coffee shop. They hit their head and they sue you. You have protection under that policy for those suits. And that's it. That's pretty much all that a commercial general liability does. We typically are going to recommend that you have a limit of $1 million or more. As soon as you start a business, everybody thinks you've got a ton of cash sitting around. So that $1 million in protection is where we would start you at a minimum. And normally it's not all that expensive to go from a $500,000 limit to $1 million. Normally, commercial general liability policies are relatively cheap because they don't offer a ton of protection. The next step up from that is what's known as a business owner's package. A business owner's package couples that general liability with protection for your stuff. So if you buy a location, protection for the building. If you're renting a space and you've put money in to improve that space, protection for those improvements, protection for your inventory or supplies that you may have on hand. In our insurance office, we have furniture, desks, file cabinets, computers, protection from loss for those types of items. You've invested money into starting your business, and the way to get protection for those items is through the business owner's package. You can also get income protection through a business owner's package. So if we were to have a fire here at the office, it may take us a month to get up and running, and we may have losses because of that. We can't operate as we did before. A business owner's package should include some sort of income protection for you. So if there is a covered loss at your location, you're able to pay your staff and your bills. So in general, that's it. That is a commercial insurance 101. Now, I did mention earlier home-based businesses. If you have a homeowner's policy, normally your homeowner's policy is going to exclude business activities. So if you have a tax collector's office in your house, a barber shop, you have a small t-shirt shop where folks are coming by to pick up their orders from you. If they're on your property for those business activities, you're normally going to have an exclusion if somebody were to slip, trip, or fall through the course of that event. And if they sued you, you may not have protection in those cases. So, like I said earlier, the easiest way to get protection is to have a commercial general liability. But some carriers are going to allow you to endorse on a limited coverage for some type of those activities. The most common would be barbershop, a tax collector's office, small accounting firm, those types of things. And again, you're going to want to talk to your insurance agent to really see if those endorsements that I mentioned are going to be available to you and the company that you have. So a real quick tip for you to possibly avoid having to have a separate insurance policy on the commercial side if you do have a small home-based business. All right, that's it for today's video. Love to hear any comments or questions that you have. Make sure to put those down below, and we'll see you next time.